So I guess we come to the most important part of the NFL chat.
The thing that I've been deliberating about over the last 3 nights.
The top 10 wide receivers in the NFL currently, Peps versus Macca. The question was, is Amari Cooper in your top 10? Take it away.
I kind of said it in passing, but I'm going to back it up with this. Number 1, Devontae Adams. Number 2, DeAndre Hopkins. Tyreek Hill, DK, Stephon Diggs rounds out my top 5.
Yep.
And then a few vets, some guys that have put up some crazy numbers. Mike Evans, Julio Jones, Mike Thomas. That top 8, I think for me, picked itself. This is where it started to become a little bit murky for me. And I had a bunch of guys. Amari Cooper was there. But he's just been pipped by Keenan Allen and Allen Robinson. I did have guys like Justin Jefferson came along really nicely this year. Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Chris Godwin, DJ Moore, AJ Brown, Brandon Cooks. So in summary, Amari Cooper, he's there or thereabouts for top 10. He's definitely a top 20 guy, and I'm going to stand by my statement and say he's not quite there just yet. Macca, do you have a counter, please?
Well, it's a great list. You've done really, really well. You're wrong.
Run us through your list, Macca.
You couldn't be more wrong. I mean, I'm with you. I've got Hopkins and Adams, 1, 2.
I think they're arguably 1 and 2.
But the other way around, that's subjective. They're both absolute guns. The hands, the route running, the speed. I've got Mike Evans all the way up at number 3. I think his size, his speed, and his stats. He's the only bloke, I think, 7 or 8 seasons have 1,000 yards.
Yeah, very consistent.
10 touchdowns every year. Like, he's a beast.
Getting more looks this year.
Yeah, Brady.
In the red zone.
Absolutely. I've got Stephon Diggs and Amari. I had to put Amari Cooper in top 5. I originally had him at 8, and I went, I'm backing
You've got him above Tyreek Hill and DK.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the rest.
Well.
We'll get to the rest of my list.
God.
We'll get to the rest of my list very soon. Stephon Diggs was 3, and I moved Mike Evans above him. He's a freak. He's so good. He's got everything those top 2 have, and he has helped. Josh Allen's improvement has to be accredited. Stephon Diggs has to get a lot of credit for that. I've then got Julio at 6. I would have put him higher, but his touchdown numbers are decreasing. He's getting a bit older.
Yeah,
Mike Thomas's injury, and he hasn't been. He had that world record season, and a couple other all right ones. I've got Tyreek Hill at 7. No, I don't have him at 8 because
that's stiff.
My argument there is he's so quick and he's so explosive. If he doesn't have Patrick Mahomes, I don't think he's as good as what he is. And you can't make the argument because we haven't seen it. But I honestly believe that, truthfully, he's so fast. I think he's more track star than receiver. His numbers back up that he is a very good wide receiver. He's top 10. I'm not saying he's a scrub, but without Patrick Mahomes...
top 3, I'd imagine.
I've got Keenan Allen with you. I think he's one of the best route runners in the league. And I've got OBJ. I can't believe you didn't mention OBJ and all of that. Well,
he's burned me 2 years in a row in fantasy, so fuck OBJ.
So you can't. Those 2 years he was injured, you rub them out, put up those other years, and it's like the poor guy because he's out there. He's a bit of a weird unit, but his footballing skills, his hands, his route running, his speed. Like, I hope he can bounce back from last year. Unfortunately, his injuries are all legs. But I'm hanging on that he can back it up. He's a freak. People criticize him for, I don't know why, because they don't like it. Because I don't know. I honestly don't know why. Because his hair's weird. That's all I can figure. His numbers, everything. Amari Cooper. You take out the 1 year he was injured. Amari Cooper's numbers are up there with everyone.
He doesn't catch touchdowns. He doesn't get
Andy Dalton and Derek Carr.
Okay.
Andy Dalton and Derek Carr. He will score 12 touchdowns this year.
Okay.
For shits and giggles, I did my list. I backed the same as you, Hopkins and Adams. I followed that with Julio and DK. Macca didn't have DK in his list.
Can you explain that?
2 years in the league to be top 10 is a bit rough. And Russell Wilson, I'm not sure he's the best wide receiver on his team.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I followed that.
He's a list. He's a physical specimen.
Physical specimen. That doesn't mean he's an all-time wide receiver. Yeah, again, he's
DK Metcalf's numbers, please, through 2 seconds.
I followed that with Diggs and Robinson. Then I had Evans. Then I went McLaurin, Jefferson.
You've got to put a guy who's played 16 games in the top 10 receivers all the time.
I had Hill at 11, and I kind of had the same thought as you.
You guys are mad.
I'd pick those 10 as ones.
I'm getting him on Instagram. You're getting slandered in Canberra, Australia. I'm sure you can.
I've fucked up because I put the On The Esky curse on him, so he's going to go off. 3,000 yards next year.
My only reasoning was just unfortunate for him. All the other guys are true number ones size-wise. That it's if I was going to pick a wide receiver that I was going to build a wide receiver core around, I'd pick those other guys ahead of him. That was my only reasoning.
I think my 1 and 2 you can't split them. 3 and 4 you can't split them. I think there's a gap there, and I think Cooper, Jones, Thomas are all the same.
Yeah.
And then you've
I'm surprised none of you guys talks about McLaurin.
Again, 2 years this is the top 10 receivers in the league. He's played 30 games.
He's been a good pick for him.
He's been a good pick.
He's very good.
He's very good. I think everyone we've mentioned is top 20. You can't deny that. Justin Jefferson being that high for both of you is ludicrous.
So I think to finish it up, add us in the comments. Give us your top 10. Who do you think your top 10 wide receivers are?
Maybe get this Instagram going. We can probably post ours on there.
Exactly. And we'll have a bit of... See what you say. See if you can back us. Who do you back? Do you back Peps, Macro, or Sean? And we'll see what the fans think.
I'm going to shoot this in.
And I think that'll finish up our NFL chat for the week.
Yeah, it ran a little bit longer than we were expecting.
Well, plenty to get through. And there'll be more, of course, in the
next week. You'll see it. There'll still be cuts. There'll be trades. I still think...
We're entering second phase, I'd say.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson... Watch this space. I think there's a little bit more to do.
Yeah, this is what I think of your list.
My God,
I hope I got that close to them.
Dear
that
God.
is so bad. Oh, you're feral. How did you get married?
I don't know.
I think